Hey, everybody, welcome. I'm not psycho. I'm here. I'm back from my Florida tour. That's right. I went to Florida, then I went to the Bahamas for 2 weeks, then I went to Florida again. But I'm back in South Carolina raking leaves and shit. Welcome to the show, everybody. I'm glad to be back. We try to do the show as regularly as possible, but I'm busy. Thank goodness. Don't hate me. But fuck, I just got to be busy with everything going on. And so I'm back. So we got a great show for you today. My two good friends of mine in the world of comedy and who are hilarious and been on the show before. So they know what they're doing, you would hope. And we hope the equipment works and everything. But it's a fucking podcast, so enjoy. And if you haven't already, remember, subscribe to us here on the YouTube channel or our fan page and share the video. Don't be shy. Share it. Don't just keep us to yourselves. All right. Obviously, I haven't done this in a long time. I don't know what I'm doing, but let's welcome you to the World Wake Up Late with Dougie show. And our guest today, my good friend and longtime hotel companion at times, Andy Gunnin, and of course, the very funny Mr. Dustin Chaffin's here. Welcome, buddy. Welcome, fellas, guys. Yeah.
What's up? So glad to be here. Hey, Doug, how have you been in the Bahamas for 2 weeks and still not have a tan? I need to know this.
Yeah.
He walks around with an umbrella. You know he does that. He's the umbrella guy. He's the guy at the beach with the umbrella.
You think my fat ass takes off my shirt at the fucking pool? I don't need a tan that bad. You know what I mean?
Dude, dad bods are in.
Yeah, actually
take it off.
Yeah, dude, I'm telling you. And I felt, it is the lighting in here because I am a bit darker than I was. So it's just this incredible lighting I have. But yeah, man, welcome, guys. Listen, I had that moment in Bahamas where I got to go to the pool, and I've lost about 40 pounds. Andy knows and stuff, so I'm feeling a little better about myself. And the best part was there was some fellow fatties at the pool that had no concern about taking their shirts off. So it was kind of like, when you go swimming in the ocean, you let somebody else go further. So if a shark comes, they get eaten. I figured, well, there's guys fatter than me. So if anybody's going to be made fun of, it's going to be that fucking guy. So I'm taking my shirt off.
You have lost a lot of weight. Congratulations, by the way. And I feel proud because I lost 5 pounds because I took a crap twice the other day. Other than that, I need to lose about 40 myself. Well, so I know what you're saying.
This guy eats at fucking Buc-ee's every day. He's on the road all the fucking time with this bar comedy.
Yeah,
he does this bar comedy.
Yeah.
Look at it. He's got a fucking T-shirt.
You think I would get
when you have the shirt of the food. Yeah.
When you're wearing what you eat.
Yeah. That's when you have a problem.
There's a reason why I can't lose 40 pounds.
Yeah. Like that guy that wears like the weed, like the pot leaf shirt. You're like, all right.
Yeah, we get it. Yeah, thanks.
You live with your mom. We get it. Yeah.
Yeah, like a librarian does. Like a librarian needs to paint their hair purple. I mean, come on. But
why?
Yeah, you didn't
see
get
a librarian.
You're out there.
You're out. I don't know where you're hanging. Well, you took a risk, and I appreciate it.
Well, thank you. I thought maybe you were close to Berkeley out there in California. You had some of those.
Oh, folks. California! Yeah, people love to make fun of California. Yeah, we are the punchline. Well, that's for sure.
Well, look what happens. I say L.A., Seattle, Portland are all going to be the modern day ghost towns in the decade or so. They're just not going to be livable. Certain cities. And you had this explosion.
Thanks,
you're
man.
in California. Yeah. Well, listen, I cheered you on when you left New York to go to fucking LA. I thought, hey, buddy, you had everything going in New York, and then you went to LA, and I thought, all right, I get it. Acting, it's a little more, I got it.
Yeah.
But I mean, LA,
I'm okay with it.
Yeah,
I'm okay with it. I came from Texas. I can handle anything. Like that place is a shit show as well. You know what I mean? Our electricity goes out. We got tornadoes. You know what I mean? Like I can handle a little fire on the expressway. Not a big deal. I can handle a guy with no pants on walking down the street. I don't care. It's fine. I lived in New York City. I like LA way better than New York because at least in LA, if there's a guy with no pants on, I'm not sitting next to him on the subway. You know what I mean? I could just drive past him. So I'm okay with LA.
Yeah, I don't know anybody get on the subway. Yes, but a little more farther apart. A little further apart. Now I'm going to be there. I'm booked something in end of June with the slow comedy stuff. So I'm going to be looking to hook up. I'm going to come up and bug you. I'm going to be herpes like I was when you were in New York. I kept bugging you. Hey, Dustin. You remember me? I'm from Florida. I'm a friend of Al Martin's.
What was that? What was that? I'm booked in June. Okay, yeah. Cool. Thank you. All right. Have fun. Fill June as quick as possible.
Sorry, we're booking a dog act, Doug. Some guy's going to bring his little fucking Shih Tzu. And we're gonna do it. So
you got to understand, you ran rooms. If anybody, we always see Doug doesn't let stuff go, which is hilarious. I've done this show like 10 times. He always brings up the fact that he was aggressive and trying to get spots, and I ran a room, and boy, he keeps coming back for them spots. But it worked out. Eventually, I gave in. I broke down. You broke me down. You were like a woman back in the 50s. If you stalk her long enough, she'll end up marrying you.
Okay, I'll take you. No, I just find it. That's a moment to me that was very, pinnacle in the fact that I said, "Oh, am I going to keep kissing this guy's ass, or am I going to fucking punch him in the face? What am I going to fucking do?" Ever get
I've never kissed one ass in my life. That's the problem. You can't.
Well,
think like
I was trying.
I
was trying to. No, but there's like in anything, like comics always say this, like you have to somehow be politely aggressive, right? You don't want to be over. And for the most part, if you're going to get booked, they'll book you. If someone's going to book you, they're going to say, "Hey, man, what are you doing Thursday?" And they're going to book you because that's the way it generally works, right? But
what I always say to comics: treat a person like a human. That's what comics don't do. They just treat you like an ATM spot machine. If you would have brought up football, if you would have brought up any music, anything, but the comics just want to go, "Hey, man, could I get a spot? Can I get a spot?" They never treat you like a human being until later. And it's like, that's the thing. When you're running a room, you just want a guy to just treat you like a comic and be like, "Hey, what you up to? What's going on?" Instead, they just come at you for the time. And that's when guys get aggressive back. They're like, "Dude, just get off me." And so I think that's what happens with a lot of people that run shows where like comics come at you the wrong way. Too aggressive. You were pretty aggressive. You're like a black belt. You're like, "I'm going to fight." Like you have this whole thing about you. So I'm a boxer. So I was like, I could take a punch. So it's like the two of us. So like this.
Right.
Come on. Just give me the spot.
It's just two peacocks peacocking on fucking Madougal. That's the problem. Jesus.
Yeah.
That's why I left New York. Because of you, Dougie.
Yeah. Yeah, all my fault. I'm glad.
That's why I moved to the zombie apocalypse.
Exactly. I'm glad it was your predicate. I was glad it was the one that got the whole thing moving.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. No, we were good. And speaking of that, actually, Andy and I are going to be doing some shows in that bar room thing. We're going to be in Virginia.
Yep.
Nice.
It's an interesting thing they do because it's great when you have like a couple gigs, like, oh shit, it worked out perfect. Because I'm like, oh, I'm going to be in Virginia doing this, and then he posted something, a bar. Oh, anybody available? And I don't remember the city in Virginia, but I'm like, my luck, it'll be like 9 hours away. You ever book something? So, oh, it's in the same state. It's got to be close. And then next thing you know, you got to fucking fly to the next location.
It's 7 hours away.
Yeah, I thought Sacramento, California was close to LA. I was like, hey, I can do that. It's like 9 hours. And you'll drive 9 hours for like $75. You don't care. You're a comic. It's like,
right.
You just got to get the time.
Dude, I got to go to Chanute, Kansas this weekend for 872 miles for one show.
Who books that?
Yeah, you got the email?
Dougie.
Send me the email.
Dougie bucket.
That's vintage Dougie.
Yeah. It's an 8-hour drive, pays $200 and there's no hotel. Fuck.
Nice. I'm in.
I'll take it.
You're getting 200.
No, I don't talk money here on the podcast. The IRS is watching. They got 85,000 new fucking officers. They're gonna be watching my wait for that stupid fiduciary fat fuck to tell them how much money he's making in that comedy. But speaking of big towns, big cities, big states, Texas, and I don't know if I mentioned this to you, Andy, but I have made a determination that probably sometime next year I'm going to be buying a home in New Braunfels, Texas, a second home, to be closer to the Austin comedy scene. You know, what do you? I mean, you're from Texas, Dustin, originally.
Yes,
aren't you?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's that's a cool place. We used to do the New Braunfels River Run. We just got you got the big inner tubes, and you put the cooler in a tube, and you kind of go down the river. So it's a lot of fun out there. I mean, it's the middle of nowhere, but it's fun, and it's like, but yeah, anything like out there is cool. Get some peace, get a place you can just kind of relax, and yeah, it is close to Austin. Take that drive. It's close to Galveston and stuff. So yeah, I think it's a good move. Anytime you can buy property where, it's like always a good thing. If you're at a point in your life where you can buy property, it's like, why not? Just don't buy it in Detroit and you're fine.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah. Well, that's good. I everybody I've ever mentioned that to, they're like, oh, it's nice. You mentioned the river. It's a nice place. It's, it's got a nice location, and there's restaurants. Like it's out in the middle of nowhere, but I guess there's itself. It's like you don't have to drive an hour and a half to get to a Costco. It seems to be pretty up to date. And it was settled by Germans. I think it's a German settled town. Originally, it's called New Braunfels, which is interesting. Every time the Germans are involved in something, there's some order to it. I guess I don't know. Hey, so I asked you guys for some fucking ideas, and
we just let you get away with that. Go ahead, it's fine. Yeah.
I don't know how to say anything without us getting canceled.
Yeah. The
Yeah,
reflections and views of this podcast do not.
What did I say? Let me fix my camera. Hold on. Let me fix
my you camera. And Andy looks like he just got out of January 6th. I mean, this thing is just, it's just going
to, Andy looks like he's about to interview Rudy Giuliani on a podcast.
Right. Exactly. See, it says
Bucky
man back here, not.
How fucked up was that, by the way? Back in that time, during that time, Rudy Giuliani gets on TV. And he must have put some dye in his hair. Remember, and he had the fucking. Do you see that interview on TV? And he had the hair dye just dripping down his fucking. He's like wiping it. And he's looking
not
at
a good moment.
Like, oh, dude, not a good moment to have that. But okay, so Andy brought this up, and a giant door in Oregon, and I saw the video of this, and I swear we're only days, if not months, away before the aliens fucking land with everything that's happening around the world right now. You know what I mean? Like that's next, like. The aliens are landing. Oh, there is a comet hurling to the fucking Iceland and Yellowstone are about to volcanically blow up. Nice knowing everybody. Cash in the IRAs. You know what I mean? It almost seems that there we are. And Andy shows me something. I'm thinking, how come I've never seen this? But there's a door in a mountain in Oregon. Andy, and show the video, Ben. Yep. Let's see this.
Yeah, y'all got the video.
Oh.
There it is.
Look at this.
Wow.
They say that's a peephole. See that little hole in the middle? They say it's the guy said he saw an eye through it, but I don't know about that. But this is the door they say opens and closes. Well, they say it's a giant. They say the door's massive.
Oh, it's a giant.
And like
okay.
Yeah. So a couple of guys went up to it the last couple of days and got within like 15 feet of it because it's on a steep cliff area. You always have to have rappelling gear, and the guy stood there, and it's about I think they estimated 20 foot tall or something stupid, 15 to 20 foot. I think's the guess on that. And but the guy said he saw it move, and there's a video that shows a barely of it moving, I think. And they said that's the peephole or something that you could see in or something could see out.
It's not a peephole; it's a glory hole.
Yeah,
glory
hole. Be a raccoon.
Exactly.
There,
It's I mean, it's like the old rest stop glory holes. Where have they gone?
That's where Shaquille O'Neal goes and sticks his dick after a game. I'm gonna go over here and take my dick in the big hole. Love fucking Shaquille.
right. We need some order. We need some order, Dougie. All right.
Yeah. Like I said, it's been a month since I did the show. At least 6 weeks. I'm completely out of practice.
I like it. I like this freestyle.
Yeah,
it's fun. You should know what you're doing. This is hilarious. I love
there was the illusion that there was a show had an outline. I sent you guys an outline. So
you did.
I'm glad you
did.
I kind of read it. Yeah.
Fucking Dustin's
I didn't do the links, but I read it.
Yeah, I get it.
The links are a lot for
I thought
there's a lot of homework, Dougie.
Here's what I think exactly.
What is this, Bill Maher? Like, how much do I have to read right now?
I need to make sure you guys have good Wi-Fi at home before I send you the outline. Well, let's do this. When we get to the headlines and did you hear stories, let's just make jokes of the headlines. The first thing that we can come think about, because I've been in this new right thing, and that's new, one of the things I want to talk to you guys about, new material, coming up with new material. And, you guys know I recently lost my wife. So they're on stage now. It is this having to bring it up. And, the joke I wrote that is the pivot to get me into there is like, well, my life's very different now. Now, when I go to a strip club, I can use my credit card again. So that is the beginning.
Yeah.
I can watch porn on the big screen with the volume on, smoke weed in the house, that kind of, so it kind of sets a little bit into it. So what, let me start with you, Andy. What was the last new joke you wrote that you just said, I fucking love this new joke? You don't have to say the joke.
My new Taylor Swift. Yeah, my new Taylor Swift joke I just kind of rolled out a couple of weeks ago as a new opener. It's been fun. It gets everybody's attention, and it's everybody it gets everybody involved, whether they love or hate her. And it's about her being in the NFL, and then me having to draft her next year in my fantasy league because she's got more playing time than Aaron Rodgers, that kind of stuff. And and I just go down the line of that, and I'm like, it's not that I hate Taylor Swift, it's that she's too skinny. You think with all that money she'd buy herself some boobs, we'd let her stay on TV a little longer, that kind of stuff. And it's been fun. It's been fun. So
I don't know if we have any power over Taylor Swift at this point.
She's the Antichrist.
Yeah. And Travis Kelce's banging the Antichrist.
Yes.
How about you, Dustin?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I feel like when we saw what Jessica Simpson did to Tony Romo, and it was not good. So
he did fuck up. Yeah,
it's never a good thing. Yeah. So, I don't know. I'm kind of working on some stuff. My mom believes everything on the internet. She thinks everything's real. And, she's always downloading gift cards, and then she has like 20 viruses on her computer, and it's like a whole thing. She thinks she's dating online. Apparently she's dating a guy that works in an oil rig and an African prince, like she's just like communicating with these guys. She thinks she's finding her golden bachelor. Some dude's just coming for her gold. You know what I mean? Like she thinks like everything's a 90s rom-com. You've got mail. It's like, you've got scam email. You're not going to meet Tom Hanks. You're going to meet the lead pirate from Captain Phillips. It's not going to be It's not going to be Sleepless in Seattle. It's going to be penniless in Nigeria, Mom. And I'm like, she just doesn't get it. And all this money she's giving to these people, I'm like, that's my money for the therapy you put me in. Something like that.
Oh my God. It is funny. Like dealing with parent, like I remember my mom used to call me like, the TV's not working. The TV's not working. I get there. She was trying to change the TV with the fucking cell phone, or not the cell phone, the cordless phone. It's just my mom, that's a fucking phone.
That's not the TV. That's the microwave. What do you?
Yeah. You know what I mean? There's nothing on this TV.
It won't work.
You know what I mean? Yeah, like
I one time, just to credit to your mom, I one time tried to put my leftovers in the hotel safe because I thought it was the microwave. I remember, like, I put stuff in there, and I tried to put that thing. And I don't even drink anymore. And I was just like, this thing won't work. It took a good 2 minutes for me to figure it out.
Where's the popcorn button on the microwave? I don't see the There's usually a button for popcorn. Right? That's fucking hilarious.
Oh God.
Man, the writing thing is funny because, so I was asked to try to write jokes about being a fiduciary and the money stuff, and so I started thinking about things, and I'm like, it should be funny. Like, I worked as a stockbroker basically in a bank. So the bank is FDIC insured. It's, it's more conservative and this and that. And the rules were changed in the 90s where you can allow financial guys in the bank. But the funny thing was everything had that non-FDIC insured. Like, basically, for us to legally do our job, we had everybody sit down and go, listen, anything I talk to you about can lose everything. Okay. I can't promise you shit. Everything I say is fucking bullshit. You know what I mean? You're better off, going to a carny, or buying a fucking watch in Bahamas on Nassau Island, than you are, or getting a Rolex. Then I'm going to give you financial advice. Like, they made it like, and it was funny because the people like you, I remember you'd work and you find out these guys are making shitload of money. Like, holy fuck, how is these guys doing all these disclosures, and they're still getting all this money from people? And I sat down and I found out, because they weren't fucking saying it. they were hiding the fucking sign, like, let's ignore that. You can ignore it. You know what I mean? They're fucking, and it reminded me of that expression in business, sales cover a multiple of sins. So it just kind of put this whole little theatrical little rant I could put together and talking about business and how things work and shit. So it's amazing how time goes by, jokes become easier to write. Would you agree, Dustin? No longer in the business. No,
I don't think so.
That's helpful.
No, but you know what I mean. But like, it depends on how hard you are on yourself. You know what I mean? Like, how much. Like, when it comes to originality, like, we can all do a new Tinder joke and a new weed joke, but when it comes to like really, something you're proud of, you know what I mean? Like, It's like I'm getting better at kind of like digging in and getting more personal. And I think for so many years I was just a joke slinger, like a Dave Attell type, where you're just like pop, 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 pop. And it's like, it was more about crushing than finding something about myself and sharing it and being biographical and stuff. So I think you have to do the work. When I say it's not easy, if it was easy, then, there would be more comics than we have. But and I like it that it's not easy. I want it to be challenging. Otherwise I get bored. I mean, if this was like a cakewalk, I mean, sometimes I envy guys like prop comics and stuff, because it's like, just go to Michael's and you have a new 15 minutes. You know what I mean? Like, I wish I could do that.
Right. You're right.
But I think writing to the caliber you want to write at is not easy, but you force yourself to get rid of the jokes, get a special out, get an album out, and then start over. And the starting over is tough because you have those jokes that you worked on for so long, and they bang. The hardest thing is you're on stage and you're doing something new. You're like, God, if I just went to this other thing, I know it would kill. I know, but I can't. I got to keep going. I got to keep going with this new thing. I got to get this some life, So that is hard, but I love how hard it is, though. It's like, it's I think it's exhilarating.
That's a place now, because I'm going to put to bed everything, because I just kept polishing up my act. Then I got rid of shit, but basically theme wise, it was the same. It was more about me, my wife, family. This guy, you know what I mean? And I just polished it. Now it's polished. Now I need to put it to bed. And you're right. It's going to be exciting for me at first to write the new stuff and have a whole new, I'm going to go from this joke to this joke. Wait a minute, I'm not going to go back to this other joke I used to fucking tell. You know what I mean? It's weird, right? It's like it's like letting your kids grow up and they're gone. Now you have a whole new fucking family to feed. That's crazy. So now I had a joke. It's funny because true life stuff. Two things I mentioned. A friend of mine said, if you're having trouble writing a joke, think of a funny phrase and work the other way around. So one of the jokes I wrote, I couldn't help but think of a phrase, but it's meat curtains. I think I mentioned this to you in Vegas. I don't know if I had it back then, but meat curtains, which is, I mean, what an expression. You know what I mean?
You did it in Vegas. We did it at that open mic together. It was hilarious.
Oh yeah, I've just thought of 3 girls when you said that. Yeah.
And let me ask you: were those 3 women conscientious or proud of their meat curtains?
I think they were proud of it. Remember that? I don't think women have any idea. Yeah. Penises are pretty simple. It's like there's 2. There's the one with the anteater, and then there's the regular one. And so, but there's the vagina. It's wild out there. That's all I'm saying. It's wild.
Yeah. It's like
a
United
lot
Nations.
Of species.
Yeah. Right. It is a multiple of fucking you know.
Yeah.
It is. It's
they're in, they're out.
There's
a lot going on.
Yeah, I think the only thing that has a more distinguishing presence is a fingerprint. But other than that, the pussy, the vagina, definitely has a. Because you're right. You remember them. You're like, hey, I don't remember your name, but I definitely remember. I remember what you look like down there.
I remember all 23 of them. I remember all.
Yeah. God damn. If that's how much pussy you get in Texas, I can go to fucking Texas. Holy shit.
Wow, you'll be in trouble, Dougie.
Oh, my God. I have more sex in my imagination.
Hilarious.
Oh, my God. All right, new jokes. Here's the thing. I did notice with everything happening in October with the Hamas war and everything, if you guys performed since then, but did you notice tension? And you guys notice any tension, like crowds a little tighter because of with the world being on fire? Did you sense that at all? Because I did.
Yeah. Did you, Dustin? I have. I've sensed a little bit, like at the first, but then it's like they want you to say something, and when you say that one thing, it breaks them or breaks whatever that is. That's why. Then they kind of go, okay, now give it to us. It seems to be at the beginning. I don't know. Is that what you were going with, Dustin? And at the beginning, everybody seems a little tight, and then finally they just let loose once you bang through the current stuff. If you go after that.
Are you, Andy? Are you getting into it? Because I'm not really getting into it, but I'll make like a Muslim reference or something and notice that like that's when the crowd is like looking around and that kind of thing. That's when it usually gets tense.
Right. I'm not going after the Muslim and Jew thing. I'm not saying. I'm just finding something in the current and just to say and go after. Whether it's the Taylor Swift, whether it's something just to kind of break that, just to kind of go down that path and go into it. But I'm not going to touch the Hamas and all that. So I have no. I mean, I think that's just too much of a splitter in the room, a killer for me.
I think so.
Me personally,
absolutely. I mean, I thought about going an angle because I'm part Native American, and it was just like it's like. It's like when somebody steals your land, at least give them casinos. You know what I mean? Like there was I was trying to do that angle. See if that works. Something shiny in a bottle of whiskey. Yeah, they didn't try casinos.
You did a
Hamas casino. If they tried, it might work. The Indians are happy. They're winning this country back one slot machine at a time. You know what I mean? Natives are fine. Yeah. We're doing good. Yeah.
Don't count out those blackjack
movies.
Don't count out them blackjack fucking tables. I get ripped off all the time at every casino.
I'm telling you.
Yeah, you did a great one in Vegas. I couldn't remember. Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, Andy, go ahead. Finish your story, Andy.
Oh, I was just saying. I remember Dustin did a great one, a Muslim one in Vegas. I can't remember if it was this year or last year. It broke the room. It was so quick and funny. It was a security. You did it as and you said,
yeah. I said any Muslims here, and I said, oh, no joke for that. Just doing a security sweep. Yeah, I broke that out a couple times recently, and it kind of depends on the crowd.
Yeah,
that'd be there. I just noticed because I remember we had a show at Tavolino's in Coral Springs last week or something like that, and it was one of those weird tight rooms. Yeah, and we had a really tight room, and Joey Medina, and they were just like, it was after the show. I think I used one of Joe's lines. I guess, listen, if you folks ever think about all getting together and coming back to see a show, don't. Stay the fuck home. Go to karaoke. You guys don't ever come in a room together in a comedy show. And it was that type of shit. But it just seemed that way because it was like a lot of shit was happening that day, and it's like, it just seemed like people were just like, the old expression of doing comedy in front of an oil painting. They were just had this.
Right.
It was amazing. All right. Lastly, let me ask you guys. We are, I guess, weeks away from the Tesla Cybertruck coming out. And is it me, or does this thing look like just somebody who made this in fucking shop class? You made the duck.
Dude, I drove that.
You made
I
the
drew
duck
that
in
the sixth grade.
Exactly. That truck is every fucking kid's first car or truck vehicle picture that has been on every refrigerator. And I don't know if we got a Ben. Did we ever pull up a photo of the Cybertruck? I mean, people have seen this fucking thing, but
there's, I don't know. I'm a big America guy. Like, there's only one truck. That's the Ford F-150, and they got an electric. So that's all you need. You don't need this stupid Tesla thing. If you're gonna go electric, go Ford, man. F-150. Oh, look at that! Like, what am I, Batman? What is that? That's ridiculous. Yeah.
Look at that. Go pick up the kids at school.
That's not a truck. There's no bed. Is there a bed in
truck?
It? Yeah.
Supposedly the cargo bag it holds but it's not open.
It looks like something you put in an open door. It looks like something you put in an open door from keeping it from shutting. A doorway. Yeah. That's what it looks like. It's amazing. Yeah, there's a bed in the back, but at least it won't rust.
Stupid.
Well, apparently, if you buy one, you can't resell it. There's a $50,000 clause you have to pay to resell it or give it back to Elon. I read that today. Elon indicated it's like you can't just buy it and resell it.
Really?
And if you try to do that,
promotes freedom.
Really?
I know.
Yes.
Really, Elon? Really? Yeah.
I'm a guest.
Okay.
We need freedom of speech. You got to sell that car. Fuck you. You're stuck for life. You buy that fucking hunk of shit.
I don't trust that guy.
Yeah. A little interesting.
Colonize Mars. Leave the trucks alone.
Yeah. Truck should be a truck. I'm telling you, F-150. Have you seen it? The electric? It's beautiful.
My neighbor has one. It's amazing.
Yeah. It's great. That's all you need, man.
The first time in a long time I clutched my pearls. I was in my buddy's Tesla. The nice, the super one. And he fucking, all right, we get in it, hits the gas, dude. I clutched my pearls. I fucking almost passed out. It was so fast. It went, you know what I mean? I was like, oh. And he said, I forgot the expression clutch your pearl, but I fucking literally clutch. I went, ooh. I almost passed out like a bitch. It was amazing.
Yeah. They say it's an insanity. Yeah.
They're pretty cool. I've been in like a Mercedes electric and a Porsche electric, and they're phenomenal, performance vehicles and stuff. But one thing I don't like about the electric cars, you can't hear them. So it's like it just freaks me out, man. I'm just like, whoa, well, it's a Tesla. Like, they just sneak up on you. Like, there's no noise, and then that freaks me out. Like, I want to hear a car. I want to hear the engine. I want to know what's around me. And I hate it that they're so sneaky. They just sneak up on you, Dougie. I don't like it.
I know. Yeah. It's like me coming up asking for a spot.
Well, where'd he go? Oh, jeez, man, you're right here.
That fucker again.
That's your new nickname.
Don't you live in Florida, asshole?
Tesla. Yeah.
Tesla. You're back in New York again? What the fuck? That's so funny.
We made it through. We made it through the years, Dougie. We've gone a long way.
Yes, we did.
We've come a long way.
Yes, we did, man. Yes, we did. That's so fucking funny. All right, it's time for Did You Hear? This was the best story in a while watching this story, but a congressman from Oklahoma City almost basically gets into fisticuffs with the head of the Teamsters Union in a fucking hearing in Congress, and stand your butt up.
Stand your butt up.
Stand your butt up. You know what I mean? I haven't heard that in fucking like school. Remember? Elementary school, you're gonna get in a fight. Stand your butt up, But play this.
I would say in a gay bar.
Yeah, you gonna play the video?
You want to run your mouth?
I think so. Yeah.
We can be two consenting adults. We can finish it here.
Okay, that's fine. Perfect.
You want to do it now?
I'd love to do it right now.
Well, stand your butt up then.
You stand your butt up.
Oh, hold on. Oh, stop it.
Is that your solution?
Hold it. No, sit down. Sit down. Okay. You're a United States Senator. Sit down.
Active.
Oh, okay.
Sit down, please.
All right.
Can I respond?
I love how Bernie's like a substitute teacher in that situation because he looks like one, and he's just like, "You're stopping now. You go to the bathroom. You go.
Conduct yourself in an orderly manner,
Bernie. God,
conduct yourself in an orderly manner. How dare you? It just. First of all, I think the guy was a special forces. There's the congressman from Oklahoma City. He's a badass. The Teamsters.
Yeah,
Teamster guy isn't a nice guy. You could tell he's whoever ran the Teamsters. Two words for me, Jimmy Hoffa. You know what I mean? So, yeah, it's just so funny. Now, how great would it have been though if it went to fight? Like Like that was it. Fuck
I
Bernie.
wanted it
like,
to.
I wanted Bernie jumping
to.
on his back and shit. How great would that? Bernie Sanders, stop fighting! Like, you know what I mean? Like trying to stop the guy to get flipped in his ass, and then then
I would
Rashida
rather watch.
Tlaib comes
I'd rather
out.
watch that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Than Lennox Lewis and Tyson fight again. You know what I mean?
Or Jake Paul.
Yeah. Who wants to see a Jake Paul fight? I want to see a congressman and the head of the Teamsters go at it.
Yeah. How much money that would make if they put that together? That'd be amazing.
Yeah. Well, that's what the guy was saying that in the hearing. He's like, "Look, let's do it for charity. I'm going to be at a place. Do you want? We get in the ring."
Did he? Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, and the guy was like, Bernie's like, "We're not going to broker fights. We're not going to Don King in this fucker." Setting up fucking pay-per-view events. That was great, man.
Poor Bernie.
Call Dana White. Dana White will do it in a second.
Oh yeah.
Speaking of Dana White, I was reading a story that one of his big sponsors was telling him to take down the picture of him and Trump and was it Kid Rock and Trump Jr. and who else was in that photo? I don't remember now, but anyway, one of his big sponsors told him, "Hey, take that down," and Dana White said, "Fuck you, don't tell me who to vote for and who to fucking back." You know what I mean? And listen, that's the thing we do what you fucking want. Don't tell me what to do. Okay, just do what the fuck you want. Right. Don't tell me what to do. That's it. Don't give a shit. Just do what you want.
He doesn't have to do anything. I mean, he even said on a podcast here just this past week about Bud Light. He's like, I don't have to go after sponsors. Sponsors come to me. It's basically like I'm the Shark Tank. They come audition to be on our platform. He goes, I don't have to go after anybody. So he does whatever the hell he wants.
Well, he really does. I think it's hilarious that like he's into all that right stuff, and then at the same time he's like, Bud Light, come aboard. We're okay with your trans stuff. Like, they just made a deal with Bud Light. It's going to be everywhere on the UFC stuff. You're going to see it all over the mats and everything. So it's like he just does he really literally does whatever he wants. I met him once and he was great, and like he loves comedy. Like he's a good dude. He's so like good businessman, and I love the sport. I think it's changed everything. But he can do whatever he wants.
That's got to be a great feeling. It's like like Chappelle. People want to cancel. Like when it's great when you're non-cancelable. When you're that strong and you're just that much of your own. Again, it relates to like you're saying about your jokes. You could be slinging jokes. You're going to get canceled. But if you're saying shit that people want to hear you say shit and how you say it, it could be a little more tough to cancel your ass or have somebody tell you where you can and can't be.
Right.
I love bad crooks. I really love when a crook is stupid. Because thank God. But a carjacker who couldn't drive a manual car got shot by the car owner. Get you imagine? The guy's getting his fucking bullets, and the guy's like, first gear. Fuck. You know what I mean? The panic of trying to.
You got to do your homework, man. You got to do your homework.
Yeah.
You can't just like roll up on a car. Like you got to. Right. What do you
This isn't the first time this has been a news story. This has happened a couple of times. I don't know if you've seen it. Yeah, it's been a couple of times. And then I saw a thing that it was either a restaurant somewhere in Chicago or somewhere that said, a valet said no manuals. No, they will not. Like if you were going to valet your car, they're like, if you have a stick shift, you cannot valet it. They won't touch it.
Wow.
Because they can't drive it.
I don't know. My first car was a stick. Yeah, my first car was a stick Suzuki Samurai with a stick shift. That's how I learned how to drive.
Samurai. Yeah, a little Jeep shit.
Nice.
You know what? It was cool in '87. I'm telling you,
badass.
The chicks loved it.
I was looking at him. I was looking at when I think I went to college. Or I transferred colleges. I was going to buy a Suzuki little Jeep thing. My father was a mechanic. He said, "You're not buying that."
Oh, they're a piece of shit.
Like,
yeah. It was fun though.
They were cool. You're like,
the top came off. Like it was about high. It's a high school car. You're gonna have that and like go to the law office. Like you're not.
It's a slightly souped up fucking go kart, or a golf cart.
I was okay with it. It went to 72. I get it up to about 73 sometimes.
72, and you're driving, and it's like
if somebody was pushing it from the behind, like just push me real hard, and I could go.
Not into the wind, of course.
Yeah.
Like the aerodynamics in that were like a lunchbox.
We used to jump it. I'd go to construction sites and jump it like a motorcycle. Like it was hilarious. I got like 4 feet in the air on that thing.
Jump it. Ride like a kid on a bike on a curb. You remember you jumped the curbs when
it
you
was
were
like it was like a souped up trail motorcycle. It was great. I love it.
That's
nice.
fucking great. Oh my God. All right. Next story. Florida woman hurls sausage at gas station cashier during heated argument. I mean, who hasn't been in a food fight? But hurling hot dogs.
Yeah, I feel for cashier people right now.
Yeah, I mean, could you? Every time I go to stop somewhere late like that, or down the road or something, you're one-on-one. I look at the person behind the counter, going, "Oh man." You know, like I just sympathize with this person so fucking like how bad. Like what is plan B at this moment? Like, you know what I mean? Like you think somebody's thinking, okay, I get to sleep all day, you know, then I get to wake up and you know, deal with the world's finest, you know.
But you need somebody to do it, so you can't feel. I mean, you know, it's like somebody has to do that, or that's where the robots come in. You need more robots at like 7-Eleven and on the truck.
Dude, they've got checkouts. They got self-checkouts at the racetracks and stuff now. They got them.
Yeah. They're everywhere. But I mean like an actual robot, just like getting your cigarettes.
Yeah. An actual robot. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's coming. That's coming. Oh, that's coming.
Excuse me, Bebo, where are the condoms?
I need my
that's something I haven't worn.
Copenhagen. Where's that?
I think the best way to like eliminate like all the mob stealing and like all the shit that happens in stores is just believe it or not, the Amazon store has the right approach. You have to get in the door, you got to swipe your credit card. So it's like if all these businesses got to that point where it's like in order to walk through the door, you got to swipe your card. It's got to be valid. And then, you know, if you fuck up a bunch of stuff, then you get charged for it. Or you know, if you get to pay for those hot dogs you threw at me or whatever. So I think that's the way to go with all these like people stealing shit from stores and stuff.
Listen, that's just 2024, Dustin Chaffin. I'm not just kissing your ass because I want to get a spot when I go to fucking California.
I don't have any shows. I have no shows.
No, I take that shit back.
But I know everybody, so calm it down.
Yeah. All right. 2024, Dustin Chaffin. I mean, you would think that. Listen, what better way, right? Like now you have dog.
It's the best way.
It's
the only way.
Right?
It's the only way.
Yeah. And if they walk
it's
out,
like
with
you
anything,
have to have a card to
card.
get into La Quinta Inn after midnight. You should have a card to have to get into a 7-Eleven after midnight. You know what I mean? That's just my opinion.
Great idea. Right here on the Wake Up Late with Dougie show. Now this is fucking great. Grubhub driver claims delivering cup of urine instead of a milkshake was an accident. Now
the fact that this guy pees in a cup driving around. The fact that he pees in a cup driving around that he mixes up.
Yeah, you're on a bicycle.
Is just beyond me.
Yeah. You know, is it that
I mean,
cold?
I do it in a car.
Yeah, I tried that once. It didn't go well. I fucking had a Gatorade bottle and my dick kind of like flipped out.
You can't do a bottle, bro. You can't do a bottle. You can't do a bottle. You got to do a big gulp cup every time.
Yeah.
24, 32 ounces. You got a lot of room to play with there.
I thought I was okay because I had the Gatorade. You know, the Gatorade was pretty big, and my obviously my penis
not big enough. You got a big schlong.
All of a sudden, I know, but that's the problem when you squirt or like all of a sudden you got to like you know, you have a little pump. The pump they flipped out of the fucking thing and went up the back of the head of the guy in front
Andy
of me.
Andy and I, we've all been there, but you got to go big cup.
Got to go big cup, dude. Because 16 ounces goes quick. 16
it does.
Well, who's going to push?
Yeah. And good luck with that opening there. Yeah, good luck with that.
You know? Yeah. What are you, William Tell? What the fuck?
Yeah.
What are you, a fucking knife thrower? How do you piss into that little fucking?
I told you, it's a grower, not a shower.
Got a fucking micro penis. Oh my god. It was so funny. There's actually video. If you pull up this story, there's audio of the video from the guy confronting and the worst part was that when you watch the story, the guy's like, well, I took a sip of it and I'm like, this ain't a milkshake. And I'm like, I wouldn't want to be on fucking TV showing everybody I drank somebody else's piss. I'm like, no, I don't need an interview. Let's take my fucking, keep my name anonymous. And, I don't want to have everybody, hey, piss drinker. Hey, anybody smell piss? I mean,
well, how do you not know?
Like,
I mean, when you hold the cup in your hand, it's not a milkshake, dude. If anything, you look in. Why is this so liquidy and light? Like, you know what I mean? I don't even understand that.
Yeah, piss normally. I mean, I don't know how long the guy was carrying it around, but there should be a temperature difference between piss and a milkshake. If I grabbed a milkshake and I didn't feel frost, I'd say, wait a minute, this ain't a milkshake. Right. I think the guy wanted to drink piss. That's what I think.
Maybe it was intentional. Maybe he's a non-tipper and the guy's been to his house before. It could have been that. You know what I mean? There's a lot of that going on right now. There's a lot of Grubhub non-tippers. I always tip heavy because I worked in the industry of like doing shit I didn't want to do. And so I hate it for people that don't tip. I'm not saying you should piss in a cup, but I could see people getting to that point.
Yeah. I could definitely tell you, since my wife, Pat, I'm very heavy-handed on the tip now. I'm like, what? I like seeing the face. I like seeing the face of the person. When I was in Florida, I was at Brews Room, some sports bar, and I think I gave like a 40%. It was ridiculous. Like, it was $25 tip, and the bill was like $20, $40, $30.
Great.
So it was like, and the girl came over and she walked, and she went back. You're walking back, and then she turned around. I was like, oh, you could, like, boom, she was like,
it makes somebody's day. If you have it, why not? You know what I mean? Yeah, I believe that.
Yeah, exactly.
Or piss in a cup if they don't. I'm okay with that too.
Or piss in a cup, And while whatever you do, just be fucking decisive about it. Okay, don't lollygag. Don't think about it. Just fucking be consistent. Okay, consistent. Right, Bernie? That's right. Don't fight in a fucking ceremony hearing. All right. Now this is a great story. Bull semen artificially insemination tank stolen in the county of Tyrone. This is now. I guess bull semen is worth some good money. I didn't know.
It could be anywhere from $10,000 and up or more per vial.
Wow, it's amazing. It says here that
I love you knowing that, Andy. That makes me like you more.
As he licks his fingers.
Thank
you. They got it on sale at Buc-ee's.
Yeah.
You can buy it at Buc-ee's for $30.
Yeah, it's over by the milk. It's over by the dairy product.
Just past the beaver semen. What you do is you go just past them.
By the deer piss.
Don't stop at the beaver. Don't stop at the beaver meat curtains. That's not where they're at. Just past that.
Don't stop by the Buc-ee's beaver meat curtain.
Next to the jerky. Get it? Jerky? No.
Yeah.
Oh, that's jerky. I thought that was beaver meat curtains.
Oh my God. Oh, that's so fucking funny. The size of the tank, the size of the tank stolen is not known, but police said there was an awful smell of bleach in the area, and their contents are significantly valuable. Cattle semen can be expensive depending on the quality of the bull. Semen from prize-winning animals can command a very high price, and they say in Spanish they call it el toro money shot with that much semen. So let's hope they catch the culprits. Yeah. And that's it. This is our last story of the day. $2 million in dimes were stolen. A truckload of it was stolen of coins from the U.S. Mint. The police ended up finding the person because of a shiny trail of dimes left behind and the sound of ching-ching, ching-ching, ching-ching walking down the street.
Yeah, they also had to buy like $2,000 worth of bubblegum machines just so they could use the dimes. Like, what do you do? Nobody wants dimes, dude.
Yeah. The culprits were found when they all had money belts, like from like the ice cream guy with the fucking.
Yeah. This is a quick story. I was in college with a guy, and his dad worked for the FBI, and they were telling me, and this is back in the day, that they were staking out this guy that he was like a locksmith, and he figured out how to make a key that opened all the payphones. And so he was going around the country and he was just like hitting like just payphone after payphone after payphone and just like quarters. And it was like $400,000 worth of quarters. And they had to catch it. They staked him out like in Minnesota or something and like found, the one payphone booth or whatever he was at. But it was like he made all this money, just quarters, man. And he just would go in. He'd put on like a hat that looked official and he would just like dump it out and like, just crazy how many quarters this guy stole.
Yeah, oddly enough, he had the largest collection of rainbow bubblegum balls.
Yeah, there's no punch there. I was just like, I mean, how many people have a quarter heist story? I had one, so I threw it in there.
A quarter heist.
To tag team the other one.
At least he was thinking a lot bigger than the dime heists. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
the guys who used to
that
heist,
was back in the 80s. That was the 80s.
Yeah, the guy who heisted the pennies,
now.
like the guy who heisted the pennies, like the gas to haul the pennies costs more than the fucking pennies.
Oh yeah,
as they say, it's actually more expensive to make the penny than it is than it's worth, right? That's why they're going to stop making production on it.
Yep.
All right. So the funny thing is, these are some headlines. You guys tell me which one's the funniest. But this was a list of actual headlines that we were able to pull here on the news studios at the Wake Up Late with Dougie show. First line, give me a thumbs up or down. But new study of obesity looks for larger test group. No? Okay. Thumbs up, thumbs down. No? Any thumbs up? Thumbs down? Yeah, give them. Minors refuse to work. Yeah, minors refuse to work after death. I'm not coming in. I'm just not going to be able to come in. Something went wrong in a jet crash, expert says.
Something went wrong.
Yeah. The plane crashed.
And these people have real jobs that like came up with this stuff.
Yeah.
Like, these people get paid way more than comics get paid. Like these people are
they get paid like six figures.
Pensions. They have pensions and like real accounts with money in them, and like and then these things come out of them. It's ridiculous.
I remember when the space shuttle blew up, it was like 86 or 85. Because I remember I was in St. Augustine in college on the beach watching that thing go up because it was pretty cool because you're close. It was like Cocoa Beach. And I remember the newscaster said there seems to have been a malfunction. That was the fucking, there seems to have been a malfunction. Yeah, somebody didn't put the seatbelt on. What do you mean fucking malfunction?
Yeah.
It fucking blew up.
Yeah, the headlights don't work. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah. The blinker's not
Check
working.
engine lights on.
Wait, it just went off.
See, the three of us made that joke work. That's what I like about this. We all went bam, 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 bam.
Yeah.
That's how you do it, kids. That's how you do it.
Yeah.
3 comics at a diner. That's how you do it.
We're going to change the podcast name. Three comics in a diner, and we should put it like we're sitting at a fucking dining table. You know,
I like it.
Good idea.
Not
This
bad.
guy's full of fucking ideas. Dustin for president. Fucking,
Hey,
you can't go into a retail
I
store
want
without
the
putting your credit card in first. And
There you go.
Typhoon rips through cemetery, hundreds dead, or have been dead. A man struck by lightning faces battery charge.
I kind of like that one the best for some reason.
So far,
Yeah, I really like that one.
'cause
That
you
was the best battery charge.
You can visualize it. You can actually visualize it. And that was it. Man struck by lightning faces battery charge.
Yep.
Yeah, I like it.
That was our top one of the day. All right, we're going to roll in. We're wrapping up the show here, and we're going to wrap it up with Let's Associate. This is where I say a word, phrase, expression, whatever I have come up with in the last minute before the show started. And you guys can either tell me the first thing that comes to your mind, or a story, or anything that the word conjures up in your mind. You understand? Any questions?
It's like a game show.
Begin.
I'm nervous, but let's do it.
And we'll start first with the nervous Nelly here. Dustin, we'll start you, and then quickly thereafter, you'll do the same word. We'll rotate. All right. The first word is pampered.
Pampered. Great word. I feel like I think we should all be pampered in life. You know what I mean? Like I feel I'm good with that. Like people that always say money can't buy happiness have never flown private. You know what I mean? Just to not have somebody touch you before you go on a plane and look through your shit is like a beautiful thing. That's all I got. What do you got, Andy?
I like it.
I just want to flex that I fly private. Go ahead.
I don't know.
Yes, I was fixing to say.
Yeah. It's not a theater. It's an arena. That boy.
Oh,
Show we're like,
hey, I paid my dues. I paid my dues, brother. You know I did.
oh my God.
Yes, sir. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. All right, a pampered Andy.
Only thing I can think of is pampered chef, because I guess I'm the fattest guy in the group, so I just think about food and cooking all the time.
Well, that's why I haven't gone to your house on this diet. If you go to fucking Andy's house, you're going to eat pot roast.
Does he get down?
You know,
dude, I can eat.
Dude.
I'm skinny, but I can eat. I'm coming to your house.
Oh, dude, you know, I went there, stopped there. I got a late flight. It was like 11 o'clock. He made me pot roast, a fucking pie.
Oh,
I'm like, dude,
you're my new best friend.
3 a.m.
I'm down.
Yeah, it was amazing. Okay, we'll start with you on this one, Andy. To be expected.
To be expected? I don't like to be expected to do anything. I guess. I don't know. To be expected. It almost sounds like to be expecting. It's like to be expecting, which I shudder of having more kids, you know, because I had to read my first wife, so to be expected. That's about the only thing that rings the bell. It sounds like to be expecting kids. I don't know.
Yeah, we all just lost.
It's tough going first,
you,
right, Andy?
Sorry.
Thanks. We
it's
just
tough.
all lost.
You don't have
boner.
a second to think about
it. Yeah. See now you got a little. See, this is the advantage for Dustin. To be expected.
Climate change.
Yes.
I know you don't believe in it, but I thought I'd throw it out there.
Oh, I believe in it. I believe the climate is changing. Whether we're the culprits of it and have any control of it is another story. Okay, our third one, we'll go back to you, Dustin. We'll take the fake it till you make it.
Stand-up comedy,
many
baby.
People use.
Fake it till you make it. I think faking, when I think of fake until you make it, like I don't like the word fake, but I do like the word of believing it. Believe it till you make it, I think is a better phrase. Is like just believe it till you make it. Like just think that it's going to happen. You know, carry yourself, you know, with confidence and know that things are going to work out. And just don't be so hard on yourself. That's a
good
weird
message,
way to do that one, but that's what I did.
Yeah, good. It's a good message. Good message. Don't take it too literally, but just understand the message.
Yeah.
Andy?
Yeah.
Right. I can agree with that, but that reminds me about a story of a buddy of mine when I was in between work, sell gigs. He wanted me to come work with him selling, he sold drugs to hospitals and stuff. He was a pharmacy salesman. And I actually assisted on a knee replacement, separating plasma out of blood. I have zero medical skills. I have zero medical training. He's like, just come in here. We'll extract the plasma, because they inject the plasma into the knee when they have it open. He's like, you can just come in here and assist me. So I'm sitting there doing the plasma, handing it to the doctor. I'll go, how am I in this operating room? I have zero experience in the Grey's Anatomy is about as close to the medical training I've had.
Yeah, no one could understand why
until you make it.
Yeah, no one could understand why you were eating a Buc-ee's beef brisket sandwich at the time either.
Great brisket.
Yeah, the fucking
sandwich. Can I add to mine a little bit?
Yes.
When I think of fake it till I make it, I remember my dad in junior high gave me a briefcase full of fake watches as my side job. And I remember being in junior high selling like fake Gucci's and Rolexes to like kids in my class.
Nice.
And like the Gucci watch, like the G would fall off by third period, you know, like they just fall apart.
Gucci.
Somebody turned me in. I knew who it was. This guy with the green wrist.
Yeah. With the Uchi watch.
The guy with the Uchi.
That's fucking great. Yeah, by the way, believe in you can achieve is the Tony Robbins saying, you know, instead of believe in you can achieve is probably a similar one. But I remember the story reminds me, I remember World Series of Comedy one time, comic who has passed away, a guy named Wayne Felber. I think the Amazing Jonathan was basically doing a seminar, and he said, hey, if you don't have credits yet or anything, sometimes fucking bullshit. You know, sometimes, you know, just put something on there. And literally a couple weeks later, he was in Chicago at Second City TV, and he posted on Facebook how he was performing there. And he posted it around 2:30 at the time. And if you go on Second City's website, you can find out that they have a tour at 1:30. So the fucking thing. So he took a picture on the stage like he was performing there, and I said, "Boy, that kid learned quick."
Wow,
man.
that's a lot.
Fake it till you make it. Okay, back to Andy. Open mic.
Open mic. Love them and hate them. Love them and hate them. Love them and hate them.
I hear you.
I love them.
I love getting on them. I love getting on them. I hate having to watch other comics on them.
Right,
You know.
right. Yeah. I just hate it when it's just nothing but a room full of comics. You know, it's just like, at least give me 2 or 3 people who aren't comics in here. Just something to see where this thing lays. But anyways, that's just me.
Yeah. Dustin?
That's what this feels like. We're just like telling jokes to comics.
Yes. Right. Yeah. Right.
It's like comics just telling jokes to each other. Yeah, you know, I don't like open mics. You know, I never did open mic. I've probably done like a handful of open mics because I always said I'll clean the toilets in a real comedy club and like do the check spot for 5 minutes just so I can talk to Todd Barry after the show or whoever was in the club. To me, I was going to get more out of that than sitting there and watching a bunch of comics just, you know, rip off my material or not give a shit about me when I'm on stage. So I always worked at the club. I always like, you know, answered the phones, barked, whatever. So yeah, I'm not a big fan of open mic.
Yeah. I agree. For me, it's like I go a lot. We have a great one here in Greenville, by the way. If you're ever in South Carolina, every Thursday, unless it's a show, another show.
Yeah.
But every Thursday at open mic, 20, 30, 40 paid people that pay $15
that's
to come
different.
to the show.
That's different.
You know what I mean?
See, that's
on the road.
one.
It's different, but like in cities, like, you know, like Austin or New York or whatever, you know, California, it's like not like that. But out on the road, it's great sometimes.
Yeah. Well, everybody, that's all we have time for here on the Wake Up Late with Dougie show. I'd like to thank our presidential candidate, Dustin Chaffin, who's running in 2024 on his own platform. And of course,
Credit
Andy
cards
Gunnin.
at the door.
Credit cards at the door. Andy Gunnin in the Sugar Hooker line of clothing. Let's start with you, Andy. What's coming up? Tell the folks where they can find you and what's happening.
Find me at Andy Gunnin on all social media platforms, andygunnin.com. I'll be in Chanute, Kansas this Saturday. Then December 1st in South Carolina and December 2nd, I'll be with Dougie up in Virginia. Just go to andygunnin.com or to Andy Gunn on any social media platform. My schedule will be on there. Thanks.
There you go. How about you, Dustin?
I'll be an open mic Thursday. You can catch... You can catch me in the Be Funny tour with Nate Bargatze. We'll be doing some new tours coming up in the new year, 2024. And I will be at Crackers Comedy Club in Indianapolis, Indiana. I think it'll be only, you know, it's a lot of fun. I'll be there for New Year's Eve weekend. So come out there if you are in Indianapolis, Indiana. Check me out. We'll have 3 shows.
Hey, Dustin, I'm not working on New Year's. Any spots available on that show you can probably get me on?
I mean, let me see. The pay's pretty rough. You might have to sell some bumper stickers, but I'll put it out there.
That's awesome. That's awesome, guys. This weekend I'm going to be in Rochester, Minnesota at Goonies Comedy Club, headlining, and my good buddy David Zasloff and I were going to do the Never Too Old or Not Too Old for Comedy tour in Rochester, Minnesota this weekend. Friday and Saturday shows at Goonies Comedy Club. Go to my website for more dates. God bless so much of you for being here and watching us. Don't forget to share the show if you enjoyed it. Share it. Subscribe to us YouTube and our fan page on Facebook. And we might have a show next week. Who knows? You know what I mean? And but stay tuned for more. God bless. Stay well, and we'll see you here, right back here where we started. Take care. The wink.
Wake up.
Wake up.